नमस्ते सतीदेवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधरा शिवासादि गौर भक्तविंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So we are in chapter number 2, the contents of Gita summarized. And in chapter 2, we are in the shlok number 11. So in the previous shloka, Krishna is saying why you should not lament. He's talking to Arjuna. He's saying why he should not lament. So you should not lament for living or dead. And in this shloka, Krishna is giving the reason. So if you see this shlok number 12, it is very important because Krishna is talking about the science of soul. So let's read the shloka and translation. Na tu eva ham jatu na asam, na tvam na ime jan adhipa, na cha eva na bhavishyam sarve vayam ataparam. Let's see the translation. Never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings, nor in future shall any of us cease to be. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, today we are trying to understand more about the soul. So, if you see, there are 5 main themes in Bhagavad Gita. And what are they? These 5 themes are Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, Karma. So, Ishvara means the Supreme Lord. And Jiva, the living entity. Prakriti, the material nature. And Kala is the eternal time. And Karma, we know, Karma is all our activities. Out of these 5, today we are reading Jiva. So Jiva is the living entity, the soul. To see who am I? Prabhupada says that the whole A to Z of spiritual life is that you are not the body. So this is something we are trying to understand through this shloka. So if you see in this shloka, actually, Krishna has broken Arjuna's illusion because he is lamenting, he is not ready to fight. But in 1 second, Krishna broke Arjuna's illusion. And what is his illusion? He is actually believing in fall designation. So Arjuna is thinking that he is the great Arjuna, the great warrior. Then he is having his great brother, Yudhishthira. And then he having his guru, great guru, then his kingsman. And he has to fight with them, he has to kill them. So that is why he is lamenting. So his main illusion is he is relating everything is by body. So because of this, he is lamenting. And Krishna is saying, please try to see everyone is in one similar platform. Why? Because one who is unborn never dies. Then why to lament? Right? When we start identifying with our body, then all this lamentation comes. The moment you start to see yourself as a soul, you are into a similar platform. And then there is no lamentation. So after this shloka, you will have a lot of question, because today we are covering the subject of soul. And why this doubt comes actually? That doubt comes because we are identifying ourselves as a body. But actually, our main identity is we are soul. So let's also try to understand little bit on Mayavadi philosophy. So in this purport, in this shlokas purport, Prabhupada is talking about Mayavadi philosophy, which is very important for us to understand. Because in this purport, Lord Chaitanya, he is warning us about the Mayavadi philosophy. So Lord Chaitanya has warned, or you can say banned us to read comments made by Mayavadis, and warned that one who takes to such an understanding of Mayavadi philosophy loses all the power to understand the real mystery of Bhagavad Gita. So what exactly is Mayavadi philosophy? So Srila Prabhupada is describing here. See, in Mayavadi philosophy, the Mayavadi say, Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya. Jivo Brahma Eva Na Para. So what that means? So it means Brahman is Lord. So Brahman is only truth, and this world is unreal. And there is ultimately no difference between Brahman and individual self. That means there is no difference between Lord and us. In other words, there is no difference between super soul and soul. So they also say Lord is Nirguna Brahman, or in other word, Avyakta. So Avyakta is devoid of form. That means they are saying Lord is having no form, but we are seeing in Bhagavad Gita, Lord is having form, right? And they are also saying after liberation, after our liberation, that soul, our soul will merge into super soul, that is in Brahman. So soul is going to get merged with Brahman. So if that is the case, try to understand, if that is the case, then Krishna would not have stressed it so much for our future existence that we are seeing in this shloka. Right? So in this shloka, Krishna is saying, right, those who are wise lament neither for living or not for, sorry, this is the shloka. So what he is saying, never there was a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor these kings, nor in future shall any of us cease to be. So that means we in future also we are going to exist. And we are going to exist as an individual soul. So if you see this, the Mayavadi principle is actually conflicting here. So only body takes birth and will have death. So whatever is born will have death. And since we are soul, we are unborn. So there is no question of death. So we cannot die. So if we cannot die, then why we have to lament? Why should we lament here? So we have to be very careful about these Mayavadi principles, because in Bhagavad Gita, if you see, there is no reference of this, where they are saying, you know, even after you get liberated, your soul will get merged into one, that is with the super soul. Whereas in Bhagavad Gita, it is clearly mentioned that after we get liberated also, we still exist as individual souls. So just to summarize this shloka now, we saw what? We saw that our identity is soul, not the body. And we will exist in the past, we are existing in the present, and we are also going to exist in future as individual souls. And also we saw about the Mayavadi philosophy and why we should actually avoid this, why we should avoid Mayavadi. And in next shloka tomorrow, we'll see about the journey of the soul. We just started, understanding from Krishna our identity and our identity as a soul. And tomorrow we'll see the journey of the soul. So please join us tomorrow. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Just we can discuss.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanavad.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.